So day 5, and this is Pepper. Some of my symptoms, this morning I wasn't feeling top notch. I think it was because of a little restless night. I tried sleeping on the deck, seemed like a good idea, but I spent 2 hours battling with a mosquito net. So not a smart way to keep up on sleep. But it also got me thinking about the good and the benefits that come from being outdoors. The power of the sun, the vitamin D, the fresh air, the negative ions, those are all incredible healing agents, and they help your body function as it should. They make clarity to your different hormonal levels and how they respond and their jobs. They're just immense benefits to that. So I remember the first week of March, I was sharing that on Instagram. The value, the correlation we see with some of the healing and the recovery rates from the 1918 Spanish flu, and just general good that comes from fresh air and being outdoors and mitigating the spread of the virus. And I was thinking about, how the conversation is turning a lot to droplets and as a main means of spreading this virus. And I got to thinking, well, that is interesting because as well, there are studies that show that, those droplets dissipate a lot more effectively when you are outside and you have wind involved. And I think as well of just the overall good in terms of your mood and stress levels that can come from being outside, and how stress is by far the #1 contributor to the severity of this virus to those who catch it. And that means that stress comes in a lot of forms. It can be the way your metabolic levels of stress from maybe the processed foods that we eat, stress from dehydration, stress from poor sleep, stress from rehashing things, stress from chronic exercise. And those are all forms of stress. They seem to have different meanings, and they don't seem to fall in the same bucket. But I guess I wanted to just emphasize the value of getting outside and being outside, and not just because I'm super cooped up in my own backyard and I wish I could be out and about a little bit more. I love the outdoors. I love the variety of the outdoors. So for my sake, will you please get outside and just do something safe, do something that you don't have to compromise your safety by being outside. And moreover, you probably would do yourself a great deal of good. So it's just been, I guess, sort of in a subtle way, it just struck me that that's a pretty good inhibitor of the spread of this virus, and a pretty good way to cope and work through and get well.